Amazing character, fantastic footballer, absolutely brilliant footballer, a real genius, temperamental. He's what he is. He wears his heart on his sleeve. What you see is what you get with Paulo. You see him now as a manager. He's passionate. He loves football. And I'm really sad to see what's happened to him at Sunderland. I think that, you know, I've spoke to enough people who played for him at Swindon. They just thought he was amazing. You know, I think what he's done, he's such a perfectionist. He wants people to work to improve, and he pushes them to improve. And obviously he's ended up with a group of players who didn't like maybe, you know, how hard he wanted to work them to improve them. And it's very sad. You know, I heard somebody the other day, a chairman, saying he thought the players were very brave to go and see the chairman and to get rid of him. Well, I thought it was disgusting personally. I think the people, it might have only been a little group, but it's always the ones who shout the loudest who make them decisions. I'm sure half the players here would have loved him to bits and wouldn't want to see him go. It's probably those that are not in the team, or those that he might have criticised because they hadn't been playing well. They can't accept criticism, and that is unfortunately a trait a lot more in modern football. Not all footballers, but certainly more than it was in the past. They can't handle any criticism. No, I think he was his own man, you know. I speak to him, I've got to ring him this week and have a chat with him because he will be very low about what's happened to him. But no, he's very much his own man, and he's a real fitness fanatic. He was in great shape, you know. He'd come in every Sunday after a Saturday game, work for 2 hours, having a warm down, working on his fitness. He was a perfectionist, really, as a player, as a fitness. You know, his fitness was, and he wanted the same, obviously, from his players. And you know, I don't care what. I still think he's got an awful lot to offer. I hope he gets back in the game, and I hope he gets a group of players who do want to improve and want to work hard, and that he can do that with them. Well, I signed a Chilean centre half at West Ham called Javier Margas. He was a captain of Chile, a very good player. He's a very wealthy guy. His wife's family owned all the big hotels in Chile, and his wife couldn't settle here. Her and her family, so I mean, she was very close to her family, her sisters back home. She was crying all the time. And she went home, and then he decided he didn't want to be here either. He wasn't happy here because he's obviously wanted to be with his wife. And so we went round to have a chat with him at his hotel. We'd heard that, you know, he hadn't come in training this particular day, so we went round the hotel, and they said, yeah, he's in the room. I said, could you ring him? They rung. They said there was no answer, but he's definitely in there. He took his key. So it was up on the top, on the first floor, one floor up, in Waltham Abbey in Essex, in the hotel there, the Swallow. So myself and Peter Story went up, knocked on the door, no answer. I thought, that's strange. Anyway, a guy came along with a key, opened the door, we went in, all his belongings were there, and he'd gone. The window was open. He'd jumped out the window onto the grass below. It was about 12 foot down, I suppose. And obviously, and that was it. Never saw him again. Disappeared. Went back. Obviously, made his way to the airport. Got a plane back home to Chile, and he wouldn't come back. So Peter had to go over and try to negotiate a deal for a club over there to take him. And it was difficult. We didn't have a lot of bargaining power because he wasn't going to come back no matter what he did. But no, he jumped out the window. He just wanted to go home. Must be difficult though when your wife, you know, she'd gone home and the kids had gone. So he's like, obviously, I think that was the only way he saw getting out of it. He ran away from it.